Ladies and gentlemen, things are spicing up. It is going to be one hell of an upcoming week next week and probably next couple of weeks leading up to the 1st of July when Pochettino starts. Lots of players will be leaving. I mean, check this out. Alhamdulillah. Saudi Arabia is upon us for Koulibaly, ladies and gentlemen. Al Hilal have submitted a bid for Koulibaly. Come on, let's go.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get cracking into the latest in Chelsea transfer news. Lots popping off. And yeah, our transfer partner is Saudi Arabia, ladies and gentlemen. Saudi Arabia is here to rescue us, is here to balance our books, as recently reported in a couple of videos ago. Was it yesterday sometime? There's a clear-cut relationship between Clear Lake Capital and Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi Arabia has some investments in Clear Lake Capital, and this is why we've got this close relationship with Saudi and how they're interested in a lot of our players. Todd Bowley recently was in Saudi Arabia as well, potentially talking about a lot of these players. Koulibaly, look, I feel sad for him. I had such high hopes for this particular player when we bought him from Napoli last summer. But you know what? Look, sometimes you just got to make the hard decisions, man. We've got Levi Colwill, and hopefully this particular news gives Levi Colwill all the confidence in the world that, hey, you are 100% in our equation. I hope this is a clear indication to Levi Colwill to go and tell Brighton that stop the bids. Because I'm in full belief that Brighton don't bid if Levi Colwill's camp don't give them the green light. And with this particular gesture, Colwill should fully believe that he is in Chelsea's plan. So whatever promises he might have got verbally, we are now seeing it through actions as well. As I said, I'm very sorry for Koulibaly. I had such high hopes. I really rate him. I still do rate him. But sometimes things don't work out, and we need to make decisive decisions. And I think this is us being decisive, potentially giving the message to Koulibaly that, look, thank you for the one season service. It was an absolute shambles from the entire team. We've got Levi Colwill in the wings ready to come in, and we're going to go in that direction with our new manager. And we want to try and find you a new home. And Saudi Arabia are willing to pay Koulibaly a load of money. And I think, someone who has entered his 30s, I'm pretty certain of it, Koulibaly has entered his 30s, this is going to be sensational level of money. And there is a lot of hype in Saudi League, man. It shouldn't impact his international level of football in terms of getting selected for Senegal. He should still be available to be selected. And, I don't think the Senegalese depth in terms of CBs is that rich. So Koulibaly should not worry about, what's going to happen if I move away from top leagues, this, that, the other. I think it's still going to be quite competitive. Obviously not as competitive as Premier League or any other European leagues as yet, but it's still going to be very competitive, and it's a good lifestyle as well. Koulibaly being Muslim, Saudi Arabia, Muslim nation, it will all fit in nicely. And on top of that, it's a win-win situation for us. Look, I'm going to showcase to you guys how much these Saudi clubs are paying a player like Ruben Neves, who's an extremely wonderful player, but 1 year left in Wolves. You'll be shocked to see how much they're willing to pay for Ruben Neves, who's got 1 year left in the Wolves contract. So I am seriously hoping we get some proper dough here for Koulibaly, who's got, I think, 3 more seasons left. He signed a 4-year contract. I'm expecting something exorbitant. Honestly, I'm expecting something really good. I'm expecting something really good for Ziyech. I'm expecting something really good for Mendy. I'm expecting even something from Aubameyang. So even though Aubameyang, I think he's only got 1 more season left, but there was potential rumors that he could go out on a free. Look, man, this is a win-win situation for all of us. So let's see what happens. Al Hilal have submitted a bid for Koulibaly. Kudos to Koulibaly. I cannot wait for the Saudi league to kick off next season. So many of our lads are going to be there. Al Hilal have offered Koulibaly around £25 million per season on a 3-year contract. That is incredible level of money, man. 25 million per season on a 3 is set. Koulibaly is set. You would forget about Chelsea Football Club. You'd forget about European football. You'd forget about everything when you're getting that level of money. The only thing is, a lot of people have been saying fee. That's something we've not seen as yet from all the correspondents that have been reporting this. Obviously, Di Marzio now reporting this. Fabrizio Romano reported this. Santi Ayuna has been reporting a lot of the Saudi news. We've not been seeing any fees. So hopefully we see something quite exciting. We have, however, seen a fee for Ruben Neves. I'm not really sure why we're not seeing fees for Chelsea. Maybe it's kept in-house because Clear Capital, PIF from Saudi Arabia, they're a very close-knit group. So maybe they're keeping all things internal. I'm pretty sure they'll balance out the books quite well. Al Hilal and Wolves have completed the agreement for Ruben Neves to join Saudi club on a 55 million fee with just 1 year left on his contract at Wolves. 55 million fee, ladies and gentlemen. 55 million fee. He had 1 year left on his Wolves contract. We better get 100 million for Koulibaly. We better get 100 million for Koulibaly. I kid you not. We should be getting more than 55 million for Hakim Ziyech, who's got 2 years left in the contract. So I've got good expectations here. Bottom line, I think financial fair play should not be an issue for us, hopefully. And maybe this is why there's rumors that we may still do a madness this window by buying a lot of players. Look, me personally, I don't want to be going out there and doing the same mistakes that we did in January. We don't need all sorts of players. We just need about 3 to 4 maximum. But I can see why maybe our owners are not too worried anymore, and even our board, because we're about to balance things out in a royal way with this Saudi money, man. If they're throwing this level of money to Wolves, please, you're gonna have to spend. You're gonna have to wire. You're gonna have to online transfer a lot of money to us. Personal terms being finalized, then the deal will be sealed. Al Hilal also hopes to get Kalidou Koulibaly deal done. So look, fantastic news. Hopefully, we see this coming to fruition very, very soon. Next up, another player off to Saudi Arabia. Hopefully, negotiations between Hakim Ziyech and Al Nassr are advancing well. Chelsea are pushing to get it done next week. Player open to the move as he joined Cristiano Ronaldo. Wow, sensational. Hakim Ziyech times Cristiano Ronaldo, as I said a few days ago when this news broke. I'm looking forward to this combination. Really looking forward. I think something that Ronaldo would relish as well, that left foot wizardry from Ziyech, from the right whipping it in, and all Cristiano's got to do is just header that in. No agreement on personal terms yet between Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Saudi clubs. Talks continue. Oba, Saudi is the place to be, brother. Saudi is the place. Don't think twice. Go there. Have some shawarma. Have some shisha. Come on, bro. You best believe Ziyech is going to be having a lot of shisha. He's going to smoke things up over there, man. I cannot wait for Saudi League to take off next season. Negotiations advanced for Ziyech Al Nassr, offer 12 to 13 million euros net. He earns 6 million at Chelsea, doubling his income, man. Doubling his income. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I hope, Matisse as well, I'm not hearing figures for us. Yeah, I hope they pay us good money. As I said, if you're paying Wolves for Ruben Neves 55 million with 1 year left, you better be starting to pay 70, 80 million for these players, and Koulibaly close to about 100 million. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, let me know everything about how you feel in regards to Koulibaly. Are you upset? Are you happy? What do you think about Lewa Colwell now? Does he have a future? Are you worried anymore? Me personally, I'm not worried anymore. All I want now, Lewa Colwell, is to stop Brighton from bidding. And yeah, let me know about what your expectations are from Saudi Arabia in terms of the level of transfer fees. It's going to be quite exciting. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Kai Havertz has been clear with all parties involved in the deal. He wants to play for Arsenal after green light on contract this week. We had the stream earlier on today where Florian Plettenberg saying that Arsenal obviously has all these things wrapped up with the player side of things, and they will now come with a bid, which hopefully will be somewhat in the region of about 60 million odd or so pounds, and that should seal the deal. I mean, that's lovely level of money for us. For a player that's not really worked out for us over the last 3 seasons. Personal terms agreed, new bid to be submitted soon. Understand there's hope to get deal done after the international break. Fantastic. We are seeing the final games, I believe, for the international situation right now. I believe Spain and Croatia are taking part in Nations League final as we're speaking, as I'm doing this video. So hopefully once this is done and dusted, starting from next week, it's Monday for me, it'll be Monday for you guys very soon, we start seeing some of these players go out. Fully believe now Kai Havertz is on the way out, and I'm hope that he can join them, Arsenal, on pre-season as opposed to dilly-dallying around and joining us. I don't need that to happen. His headspace is outside of Chelsea right now. He needs to move on. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, the deal for Kai Havertz will be sealed for close to 60 million. Oh, so beautiful, man. 60 million. I did not even fathom something like that. I mean, I had an expectation that we can still fetch 60 million, but I thought maybe he'll be around 50. But to be able to get 60, maybe there's going to be some add-ons as well, because the report from Florian Plettenberg was 80 million euros, which roughly comes up to about 68 million pounds, something like that. So there could be some add-ons on top of the 60 million. So, wow. I mean, Arsenal truly believe in Kai Havertz. Good on them, and kudos to them. None of my business. And just show me the money, bring me the money, and that's all I care about. There's hope it can be completed after the international break, probably within the next days. This is Fabrizio Romano. Once again, great news. Let's move these players on that don't believe in us, and we don't believe in them. The relationship, the decision is mutual between us. Do you know what I mean? This is how we feel. Mutual feelings between us. Chelsea and Manchester City are close to agreement on Kovacic, another player. We are probably going to get a here we go within the next week and a bit, because this one is probably more advanced than anyone else, if I'm being absolutely honest. The players, in terms of Kovacic and Man City, they already struck a personal agreement a while back. It's just a matter of finding that transfer fee, and I think that transfer fee should happen as well. It's just a matter of a couple of millions, and that will definitely happen. And Fabrizio Romano has been driving this Kovacic news since the season ended. He has Kovacic pinned in his Twitter page. Chelsea and Manchester City are close to agreement on Kovacic, but it's still about a gap on a few millions in price. So look, this will happen. This will materialize, and Kovacic will leave as well. Look, once again, I thank Kovacic for all his services and what he's done at Chelsea Football Club, but time for us to move on, and time for us to revamp. I'm pretty sure he'll probably do very, very well under Pep Guardiola, but once again, none of my issues. I hope we replace adequately, and we really give Pochettino a fighting chance next season to rebuild that midfield. So hopefully the likes of Caicedo, there's talks about other midfielders. Hopefully as they come through, it's going to be quite fruitful for us. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is in regards to Conor Gallagher. Understand Conor Gallagher is currently not involved in negotiations for Moses Caicedo's deal. Brighton have another priority target for midfield. West Ham and Newcastle are showing interest in Gallagher, but Newcastle United and Tottenham have James Maddison as priority target. I mean, apparently some of the comments underneath this Fabrizio Romano tweet from Brighton fans just tells you how much they don't prefer Conor Gallagher either. Look, that just tells you everything about this player. He's not really fancied by clubs that want to play ball. Do you know what I mean? That want to have possession-based football. I think. Look, it probably suits a lot better for West Ham. Even Newcastle, I don't know, man. They're going to start playing some more ball next season. But West Ham, proper counter-attacking team, somewhere I believe Conor Gallagher will be very, very good. And if West Ham are now linked with João Palhinha. Once Declan Rice leaves, they're probably going to go after João Palhinha, and they can bolster their midfield by getting someone like Conor Gallagher as well. Look, if we can get about 45 million for Conor Gallagher, please, let's get this deal done. But the news is he's not going to be used as a potential, player plus cash sort of deal for Moses Caicedo with Brighton. Brighton don't want to do anything with Conor Gallagher. Next up, Arsenal have concrete and strong interest in Romeo Lavia. Hey, what have I been saying earlier on since the season ended? That don't just think that Romeo Lavia is a clear-cut situation for us. No, there are other suitors that are looking at him. And if he's going to be worth about 50 million, no thanks. He should be really, from a club that got relegated, he should be about 35 million. No more than that. At 50 million, forget it. I know he's got a buyback from Man City for 45. Well, whoop-de-doo. Man City, go and get your man. I'm pretty sure Man City wouldn't spend 45 million on this player. Very good player, but inexperienced still. To pay 50 million, I don't think so. But the other factor is there are other suitors as well that are interested in this particular player. Arsenal have concrete and strong interest in Romeo Lavia. Relationship is excellent with his camp. Talks already took place. Timing will be crucial as Chelsea remain interested. Man United appreciate Lavia, but still not advancing. City buyback clause only valid 2024. There you go. So the way Fabrizio is talking here, it's as if Arsenal are really interested on this particular player. Arsenal are looking to get rid of Thomas Partey. So that's a particular news that's floating around as well. They're looking to get Declan Rice. They've now really dropped off their interest from Caicedo. So hopefully we've got a clear-cut shot at Caicedo, and looks like Caicedo should be a Chelsea player, hopefully. And Romeo Lavia they're going for. So look, we potentially do need another midfielder, unless we are really looking to give 2 out of the 3 players an opportunity, with the 3 being Cesare Casedi, Andre Santos, and Chukwuemeka. Look, I would love to see 2 out of 3 stay with us, and then Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. I think that will be. I'm quite happy with that. I don't necessarily think we need to go out there and buy another midfielder, and we are somewhat linked to Gabri Veiga, who I seriously think is not needed. But we'll watch this space if something pops up in midfield as well. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, recently you saw my initial outburst rant about stake.com being our sponsor, and then obviously I had the video with Yunus where I understood all angles of that particular scenario. I was just a bit annoyed because of predominantly because of the personal scenarios I've had with gambling, and then obviously there are other issues I don't want to get into. People get a bit iffy about when I talk about from the religious standpoint, and it's just not from Islam, it's for other religion as well. But this is the latest. The Premier League has refused Chelsea permission to sign a shirt sponsorship deal with Paramount Plus. Why is there an issue with Paramount Plus? Paramount Plus, that's a very, very decent sponsorship. I don't know the ins and outs, like how much they would have paid, but apparently this was the first one that was being proposed as a Chelsea sponsorship. But amid concerns it would upset the competition's broadcast partners, Paramount Plus don't even show Premier League. I don't know why the Premier League hierarchies are refusing Paramount Plus. They have no affiliation of showing anything about the Premier League. I think Paramount Plus do show FA Cup though, but that's a separate thing. Paramount Plus has got rights to show FA Cup, much like many other broadcasters out there. But why have an issue? Why does Premier League have an issue in regards to Paramount Plus? It doesn't make sense to me. In a move that is understood to have triggered considerable surprise at Stamford Bridge, officials had hoped to complete a deal worth a significant sum with American outfit. This is from Mike Keegan. And apparently this is why Chelsea may now look to secure a deal with online casino stake. So it's crazy how Premier League are looking. Well, they have refused Paramount Plus, but they haven't refused stake.com, which is a online casino. So it's a gambling related industry company, where Premier League has imposed a ban on gambling sponsorship in a couple of seasons' time. It just baffles me what they're doing here. So you're okay to have a gambling company sponsor now because the ban hasn't kicked in. Mind you are going to ban this in a couple of years' time, but you're not going to do it now. However, you have an issue with Paramount Plus, who don't broadcast Premier League. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. So look, it is what it is. I'm not going to elaborate too much on the sponsorship. Look, for a lot of people, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Whoever brings the most money. So that seems to be the case. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts and your feelings in the comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Especially talk to me about Koulibaly, Saudi Arabia, Ziyech, all of that in the comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Let's race towards 24,000 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer and closer. Till next time. See ya.